Welcome to Jan's Views, a place where I share my views and listen to yours. Whether you are here for my artwork, live streams, shorts, or just for the giggles, please be assured I appreciate each and every one of you. I hope that you will enjoy your time here on my channel. I would be eternally grateful if you would give a like to the video, consider subscribing and, dare I ask, even become a member. So without further ado, let's do this.
Well, here we are, and it's Wellness Wednesday. Welcome, one and all. I hope you're all well. Do you know what? I'm sick to death of the weather over here. It was like pleasant enough today, but now it's cold. My fingers are cold, and I didn't make myself a cup of coffee. So I'm just sort of holding this glass full of Pepsi that I've just got out of the fridge, and it's like, oh, I'm cold and uncomfortable. So anyway, how the hell are you? I hope you're all well. I hope you've all had a good week and are just chillaxing. That's the way to be, guys. Just chillax and yeah. Oh, do you know what? I've just noticed I've got two of these. Look, got that one. Welcome to Wellness Wednesday. And then I've got this one. You know, so, life is just one big mystery to me, and one big journey of adventure and what's the other word I was going to experience? Anyway, it doesn't matter. So anyway, just waiting for people to come in because there's only the lurkers in here at the moment. Hey, Capone, I hope you're well. What we'll do is start with that one. Let's start with that one. There you go. So I've had a busy week so far. I'm hoping it's going to tail off a little bit now. I had a birthday. Well, it wasn't my birthday. My youngest had a birthday today. And at first I was going to cancel this, not cancel the birthday, because no, that wouldn't be fair, would it? I was going to cancel this, and then I thought, no, I'll be done by then. So we did the usual thing, which was to go out for a meal. That's what we do. That's what we do in this family. So we went out, had a fabulous meal, and so I'm literally, it's going down a bit now. It's, yeah, but I think I ate too much. But hey, if you can't do that on someone's birthday, what can you do? So took him a cake. But I forgot the blooming candles. So I said to him, you didn't really want anyone to sing happy birthday to you anyway, did you? So he's like, no, you're all right, Mum, because he's a bit shy. Honestly, I do sometimes wonder where my kids come from, because there's only one of them that's sort of like me, and out of the four, and there's another one that's kind of like me because he's a musician, and I was back in the day. Hard to believe, I know. Yeah, but I was. And the other two are just very clever people. What can I say? Oh, hi, Bridge. How you doing, sweetness? I hope you're well. Cancel the birthday. I know. I'm cancelling mine, though, I have to say. I can't be doing with this getting older every year. No, I'm just stopping where I am, which is 25. That's where I'm stopping, which is my son's birthday, surprisingly, today. He was 25 today. Oh, bless his little cotton socks. And I still see him as a teen. I used to do videos back in the day. If you look back over my archives of videos, you may see him in some of them. And he's quite a shy boy. And I don't know where he sort of came from. He's very much like the other daughter. Actually, he's very much like one of my daughters. She's quite sort of reserved as well. Whereas, I'm a bit sort of out there. Say what I want to say, do what I want to do. And yeah, act the maggot whenever I feel like it. So that's you coming up, Are you coming up as well? Bridge, get your ass up here. Hi, Barley. I hope you're well, darling. I called in to see you. I love the way you enter the room. I just think it's so lovely, Barley. I'm happy I made it. Hug all. I think that's really lovely. We've also got Edna in the house and Bridge
Hey.
in the house.
Hey.
How are you, girlies?
Good.
Good. Better now. I had a bit of a, what would I call it? I think I just ate like poorly for too long, and it
Oh,
caught. So I was sick for a few days,
oh
but I'm
no.
feeling better now.
I believe there is a tummy bug going around, but I don't know
Upset
whether
tummy.
it would cross the Atlantic to
I
get to
don't
you.
think
But
it's serious. No, I think I just like I moved over. It's like over the weekend or like the end of last week, and I was just ordering out too much. Just not eating healthy enough.
yeah, okay,
Because it's like you have to start all over when you move. Like you're not
yeah,
gonna bring all the food with you, so
Yeah,
you gotta get
I
all
was
the
so
staples and stuff.
I was not in
that's
the
right.
mood. And it's like my system where when foodie or ALR talk about their gallbladder attacks or what have you, I'm like on the cusp of that. Like, I luckily avoided too much of those issues by losing weight, but if I eat too much greasy or like oily food, it'll get me.
Yeah. So how have you settled in? How does it feel being in your own place?
It feels good. It feels like different than I expected. I don't know what I expected, but it feels fine. It feels like it's my home, but I don't feel quite at home yet. So there's just still a little like I need a hook here to hang my key, or I need this, just little things like that. But other than that,
Oh.
yeah.
I've been doing the opposite actually. I've been having a clear out because
Oh,
I've just got so much stuff, and I have to say I'm not very good at throwing things out. Now I'm not a hoarder, but I'm very sort of sentimental, and I think it
okay.
gets worse as you get older. So I find it very hard to throw anything out. So I was asking my daughter the other day. I said, "Do you throw your like birthday cards away that you get from, the family?" And she said, "No, well, she said it's funny because I used to, but lately, over the past few years, I've kind of not done it as much." And I said, "I think that comes with age. I think as you get older, you don't want to throw when your kids are capable of going out and buying their own cards for you, choosing a card for you, then I think it's hard to sort of throw it out. That's the way I look at it." So, she was
Well,
saying,
I
"I
think
think I'm
there's
becoming
different
like
types
you."
of people.
You think it's
No.
what?
No, I think you just have different type of people. Where my granny's in her 90s, and she's always trying to give me something to leave with. She's like, and she's been doing this since I was
Oh,
a child. Like she's always like getting rid of stuff. She's like, I have too much, and like how you said, like I'm the person where my one of my managers sent me like an end of the season like finish strong kind of card, and I have. And I put that up because I don't know, like I'm sentimental, and she was really nice.
yeah. I think I'm only sentimental when it comes to, like, my besties or my family. I mean, I've got so many cards through the years of my kids, saying, "Happy birthday, mum." That when I was actually sorting out my dresser, and because it was just so full of. I used to have a business, and I used to use a lot of the I kept a lot of the stock, and so when I moved in I just sort of filled any nook or cranny with products from my
Oh,
business. um so I've sort of got to the point now where I'm like, well, why am I holding on to that? So anyway, that's one of the reasons that I've started doing that. And I went through a lot of the stock the other day, and then came across like all these cards, and I was like, oh my god, I can't throw those out. So I've kept them all.
Oh, so what are you gonna do with them?
I just sort of put them back in, but there's but the shelves are much emptier now. Whereas before I had a lot of books, and I had a lot of things that I used to sell in my business. So I just sort of put them all in a bag and took those to the charity shop, because I like to take things to the cancer research shop. We've
Oh,
got a
nice.
big one near me.
Mhm.
So in the next town up. So I like to go up there, and I give them my clothes as well. So I like to do
Yeah,
that. I
that's
feel as if I'm
interesting.
paying them back.
Yeah, I remember when I first was planning a big move and I needed to downsize. Marie Kondo was like really big, and it was like you only want things that spark joy, and and it's now that we're in a recession and everything, it's like that talk is out the window.
Hey, random fish. What's Barney saying here? I have learned to not get attached to anything, but it's because I have never had a fixed home. I have all my stuff spread out all over different countries. It
Oh
is not
wow.
a good thing for for your mental condition. Yeah, I can understand that. I think a lot of it probably has got to do with how you were brought up. I was brought up with very little material things, so I haven't grown up. Um, I don't think I'm that materialistic. I mean, I like to have a nice home. I like to have a nice car. I like to have nice clothes, but I don't think that makes you materialistic, does it? Um,
I don't think
but I
so.
think I
Because I
think
think you
it
can have
must.
the switch need to be quality, and that'd be, that's not overdoing it.
Yeah. Hi, Bea. Nice to see you. Hope
That'd
you're
be it.
well. So Barley here says random fish. It bothers me, but I can't do anything about it. In Vienna, I can toss 70% out, and in Romania also, because I can't fit into any of those clothes. In Bali, I have all my
Um,
restaurant. So okay, so value. Yeah, I think a lot of it has got to do with growing up. What do you think, Bridge? Do you think Bridge has gone turned her mic off, so perhaps she's
Sorry,
listening.
I was I
What do
was
you
email
think?
I was emailing Bally back.
Oh, okay. Oh
you
dear.
know, as far you know what? I'm a pack rat. I wasn't really following the conversation, but I'm a pack rat. But when it's time to move, I get so
oh,
frustrated. When I get so frustrated that I'm
okay.
just like, I don't need this. Get it out of here. Let me throw it away. So I don't know.
So you're a thrower. You're a thrower.
If I have to move, but if I'm like stationary in a place, I'm gonna have piles and piles of stuff. I'm gonna have stuff hidden in all kinds of cabinets everywhere
Yeah.
because I want to keep it. But then, like I said, if I'm ready to move, I
Oh,
get so
wow.
frustrated. I get so frustrated. Like I don't need this. I haven't used. Like I look at what I haven't used, and I'm like, I haven't used
Yeah.
this. Let me throw it away.
Yeah. I've really tried to get into that frame of mind,
See, the thing is, I
because
do that.
Hmm?
I just think when my son and his girlfriend lived here, they lived here a couple of years ago, while they were, preparing to get their own place. And I turned over my airing cupboard to them. And they stored a lot of clothes. Now, when they moved out, they didn't really take the clothes with them.
Mhm.
So I would say to them when they came
Oh,
over, do you want to take some of those clothes with you? Can I have my airing cupboard back, please? And they'd be like, oh, all right. So when I was having a mammoth clean out the other day, I opened the airing cupboard and I thought, it's time. It's time I got my airing cupboard back. So I phoned the boy, and over here, that's how it's a London thing. You call them my boy or the boy. Um, so I phoned my boy and I said, listen, do you want anything out of the airing cupboard? Because otherwise it's going. in the tip
Mhm.
because I didn't know whether it was clean, whether it needed another wash and everything. And I thought, well, I'll be damned if I'm going to wash all that. There was loads of it. So he said, yeah, no, I'm not bothered, Mum. So I packed it all up and I've got my airing cupboard back, guys. I love it. I can now put my bedding in there
Nice.
and my bigger items of clothing. Oh, I'm so pleased. But I'm so bad at like remembering what I put in things.
Mhm. Mhm.
Like I moved into this house about 6 years ago. There's a cupboard here actually in my lounge that I put a load of stuff in from where I moved from. Do you know I've never gone in there?
Mhm. Look, I have a because somebody said a storage locker. I have a storage.
You see,
What is it?
I
A storage.
refuse.
I have a storage thing that I pay rent in, and I haven't been there in like a year.
Yeah. Oh no.
I
And
can't.
you're
How do
paying
you
for
do
it.
it?
Huh.
Like, what makes you keep paying for it? Like, because if you haven't been there in a year, what makes you think you're gonna
One
need
thing
it?
thing that I have in there that I don't want to give up or throw out is my treadmill.
Mhm.
I like
Okay, that's fair
yeah,
enough.
I got this really good deal on this
Oh
treadmill.
my
That's really
God,
good.
babe.
And I need to move it, but I need to pay somebody to
You know
move
what?
it.
You gotta turn my account brain on because, girl, the money that you're spending on the
I know.
storage, you better buy
I know.
another treadmill.
True.
Okay, I'm done.
True.
I'll see y'all then, Paxton.
Well, my next thing is to get rid of my vacuum cleaners. I've got two. I've got one in the storage box in the garden, and I've got one in the storage box in the front of the house.
Mhm.
I'm never going to use them again because I mean they'd have spiders on them, wouldn't they? So I really just need to take them to the
Oh,
tip.
you're done.
There's probably nothing wrong with them. They're both what are they? What's that good make? What's that make of vacuum cleaner? I've forgotten
Hoover?
anyway. They're
Dyson?
Dyson. Yeah, they're
Mhm.
both Dysons. And one's like one that you sort of hang on the wall.
Mhm.
But it just, I don't know. I mean, over time, it just didn't seem to charge properly. So I'm like, oh, sod that. I'm just going to get another one. So that went in the cupboard. And I'm like,
Jay,
what?
you might
I'm
want to
always
be careful throwing out
complaining.
designer names.
Say that again. Say that again. No, she's gone. She's gone. Oh, thank you, Howard. That's really sweet. Oh, that's lovely. Thank you. Dyson is lovely. I've had two Dysons and they both let me down. I'm sick of them. I'm sick to death of the bloody things. I had one that
Oh,
was,
that's disappointing.
thank you, Howard. That's really very generous of you. I bought a new one a while ago. I only bought it because it's a nice colour, but it seems to do the trick. But I'm back to, I can't be doing with these, like, you know, hang on the wall ones. Do you know the ones I mean? I can't be doing with them anymore. So I've got me another sort of push along one.
Is it that they don't roll, or what's wrong with them? Like, what don't you like about it?
Um, they're handy in some way, but I found that what's the word? The amount of time that you could use them for just got less and less and less. And my place is only small, but I still couldn't do it in, you know, the time that I needed. The longevity, put it that way, of the actual hoovering
Oh,
time,
okay.
vacuuming time wasn't enough for me, and it just used to get right on my
Yeah.
nerves. So I want to welcome Barley as a member. Hey Barley, I'm so glad you got it, sweetness. I'm so glad you got it.
Well,
That's really nice. Right. What else is? I'm not around much for chat. For many
Valley
chat.
purchased and Pearl gifted to Holly.
Pearl gifted to Holly. No.
Yeah, so you
Pearl
have two
gifted
new
to
members.
Holly.
Pearl gifted, yeah, and then Valley joined.
Oh, oh, that's really kind. Thank you so much. See, I've got my own no name, no shame going on here now. Hey, that means I've made it, girls. No name, no shame.
Gina, you
I
gotta
tell you,
leave no name in Pimp alone. Because they ain't do nobody no. They ain't do nothing to
listen,
nobody.
I am having the best time. You don't realize. I mean, even though I'm busy and I've got a lot of things, going on this week, uh, the time that I spend coming online, I like to have a bit of fun. So, yeah, I've had so much fun. But I mean, I think we should save that maybe until the end of this video or on Drama Friday, because honestly, I just laugh my head off. Do you know what the best thing to do is? Just to laugh, It really is the best thing to do. I don't care what people call me or what they say. Um, it just makes me laugh, and I just love going in there and seeing someone so triggered he can't get his words out. That means something to me. Yeah, maybe I'm a bit of a sadist. Yeah, we need pets. Let's get pets over here. Yeah, hi groceries. I hope you're well, darling. Everyone's going to crack on me now for having members. I know. Can you imagine? How dare I? But yeah, honestly, I have so much fun, and I have fun on Twitter as well, because do you know, I cannot understand why people give certain other people so much power over their online existence. I mean, really?
What do you mean?
Well,
Oh, okay.
I think sometimes you have to claim things. Now,
What?
this is really... What are you laughing at, Edna? You're not even on
What?
Twitter. Get yourself on Twitter,
No.
then you can laugh.
I'm not on Twitter. You know what? People post about what they post on Twitter, on YouTube. And just from that, I can just imagine where he goes from there. Because I've noticed a new trend of people posting spaces.
Yeah.
They're hosting
I don't know.
spaces.
Do you go into Spaces, Bridge?
Not lately. I haven't been in a space in a long time.
Yeah, I did once,
Yeah.
or maybe twice. But I mean, if one comes up that I'm quite interested in, then I'll pop in there. But I have an issue with, say, the way I am. All it takes is for one person that I don't like in there, then I come out. I'm like, no, I can't, no, because that's just the way I am. I'm afraid. In my little hug box. Somebody said we've got a hug box going on here, guys. Did you realise that?
Here?
Yeah, this is a hug box. No, the difference here is that people know how to respect other people. That's the only difference. We're not a hug box.
I wonder what their definition of hug box is.
I don't know. It's quite interesting.
Yeah, I
That.
was gonna say you can probably say to some degree that any chat is a hug box because you're gonna have certain rules and policies that you have to follow. I mean, but that's also like YouTube in general. We're supposed to, adhere to TOS.
Yeah, they're supposed to.
But the thing is, I don't understand how this is a hug box when only 4 of us are here.
Yeah, I know. There's only you, me, and one worker.
Nobody else wants to be here, so how is this a
I
hug
think
box?
we're up to 5 now, though. But yeah, I mean, I guess.
5, are we? Oh, wow. That's amazing. I think the difference is, and I think, from the people that I've seen on, in Girl World, is that they don't really, how can I put it? They're not in charge of their own chat. So, you get people that allow anything in their chat. I'm not like that.
Oh, my Valley.
I'm something. What's Barley saying? Here we go.
I'm
Barley,
sorry. I just was not expecting that comment.
meet
The
and
her
greet.
latest comment.
What?
From how much they contribute to this channel. Oh.
Oh, it's mad. Do you know that was an interesting conversation you had that day when there was just me and Bridge in there?
The hug
And
box.
and I said, well, why hasn't Bridge got a wrench? Bridge should have a wrench. So she got one. You owe me something there now, Bridge, and I got something over you now, you know.
Nice.
And when we fall out, you know,
Oh,
God
I
knows
was
what's going to
gonna
happen.
say.
I'm not going
I
to.
think
I'm not going
Monty
to put that
unblocked
up.
you, but now that I think about it, I can't say for sure.
Uh-oh.
I don't care. I don't. You know, it's not important to me. And you know, getting back to what I was saying about, I think people give creators, if you want to call some of them that, too much power over over what they say online, where they go online, you know, their whole life
Yeah,
online
it's like celebrity stuff.
existence. And it's like that's weird to me. I know our Edna, she goes hither, thither, everything. Yo, mama, she's in bloody, who else does she go? Everywhere. The Hustler, she goes in there. I don't give a toss. Edna can go where she wants to go. She's a grown woman. And people don't seem to understand that. It's like,
Thank
it's
you.
madness.
Just bought a home. I can believe it, Jen.
What? What?
I'm sorry.
I tell you, Edna.
You call me a grown woman, like, and I just bought a home. I can't believe it.
Yeah, I know. And there's me saying, don't you go here, don't you go there. What? We know what you're
How
like, Edna.
ridiculous is that?
Listen, I've got my spies on you, you know.
No,
Exactly, Holly Mac.
man.
You mean you allow
The thing
anyone and
is,
everyone in
I
your
can-
chat unless they're disrespectful? Hug box. That's it. I mean, if you want to say that's a hug box, then that's entirely up to you. But yeah, just to show a bit of respect, not only to me, my panelists, and also to the people in the chat, and we're fine. You know, and I don't care who comes in. Well, apart from the obvious. We don't want the ogre in here if we can possibly help it, because he doesn't know how to behave himself.
He invited you to panel. Are you interested?
Did he? Oh God! Can you
That's
imagine?
hilarious. But wait a minute. I thought he was trying to sue her. So why would he want to interact with Jan? I don't understand.
Oh, is he
Is
suing
he trying to sue
me?
her too? Oh, they're gonna
Yeah.
redo the lawsuit.
Oh, please sue me! I'd really enjoy it. I'd get a new outfit.
I'm not saying anything about a lawsuit. He just wanted to panel. That's all I'm saying. I don't want this to run away from me.
Why? Why?
I don't remember exactly the particulars.
You know, that is that is one of the things that's so laughable to me, that somebody so full of hate and so vile thinks that I would want anything to do with them. In what form of conversation would I have with him? I mean,
it's like a thin
what would I
line
have?
between love and hate. A thin line between.
I don't think there's any love there.
Oh my God.
At all?
I don't think so.
Oh, Bridge, but you know, I'm so easy to love. You know that.
But
The thing is,
love between you and Hussey? I don't think so. No.
Honestly, no. Oh my God. So you wanted me to oh no, never, never, ever, ever, never in a million years would that happen. There's certain people that you just know that you will not have a conversation with. And if I have a conversation with somebody, I like to feel that they can speak, you know, they have a good command of the English language, and that what they're going to say actually means something. And that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen with the Hustler. It's too vile.
Okay.
I love Edna.
Fair
Oh,
enough.
Barley. Edna, here's your biggest fan. Do you know what? Do you know what though, Bridge? We can get upset about this obvious favoritism from Barley, shouldn't we? Yeah.
Listen, that's
We
not
see
fair
you,
because
Barley.
I don't even have a rich. So
I
you
know.
can't say
Yeah.
that.
Oh. So she says, I love Edna because she reminds me
That's
of
not me
times when I
asking
was
for
younger
blessing.
and laughing with my girlfriends when we got high. She brings them back to that vibe, and I thank her for this. Oh, did you hear that, Edna?
Thank you, Valley. Kisses. Bellissimo.
Do you know what, Bridge? I don't know whether it's because there's a delay. Or
I
what it
don't
is.
know either. I don't.
But it's kind of funny. Sorry. Who is the he they're talking about? Who's suing who? Oh, are you not? Yeah, I've seen you around Random Fish. You should know. The he that shall not be mentioned. The man of New York City. She even talks over my
They really like supposed to be
What is
in
that?
person rather than virtual.
Huh?
Now they're
What's
gonna redo it again because it was a simple mistake.
What?
Rich, do you know what? I think we could have a side conversation and everybody can realise.
I'm just trying to catch up. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's all right, honey. Oh dear, it's so funny. What's that? Okay. Right, you can answer this, Edna.
Yes. So I took a break during the tax season. I had to buy a house and stuff. But now I'm good.
Good
I'm
for you,
relaxed.
girlie. Good for you.
Thank you.
The skunk of New York City. Run for your lives. I can't, do you know, I don't know what it is, guys, but I've started singing and I don't know why. Once I start, I just can't stop. And so we'll have a little break here and
Yeah,
just
you
have a
should
bit of
do
a sing song.
karaoke.
Here we go. Here we go. Can you hear that?
Yes.
I love to go a triggering to make slow mama cry. He can't resist, he gets so pissed, he cannot pass me by. Slow mummy, slow mama, slow mummy, slow mama, slow mummy, slow mama, slow mama hates to cry. I wander in innocently just to say hello. His chat is mean, the hate is keen, shots fired high and low. Slow mummy, slow mama, slow mummy, slow mama, slow mummy, slow mama, slow mama hates to cry. Poor little man gets angrier, his face gets red and wet. In fear or flight, he's gotta fight bucketfuls of sweat. Slow mummy, slow mama, slow mummy, slow mama, slow mummy, slow mama, slow mama hates to cry. His insults have me giggling. He really is a clown. Misogynistic tendencies are what will take him down. Slow mummy, slow mama, slow mummy, slow mama, slow mummy, slow mama, slow mama hates to cry. He wants to be the big, big man, but he ain't bright enough. This old bird makes him unheard, so he sticks with girl world stuff. Slow mummy, slow mama, slow mummy, slow mum, slow mummy, slow mama, slow mama hates to cry. And do you know what? I can't believe that I actually called it Slow Mama Likes to Cry. My head's not there, guys. It's just not there.
Oh my
But
goodness,
guys,
Queen, that was wonderful.
did you like that? Did you like it? Good. I have so much fun, guys.
Absolutely
I really do.
beautiful. We just had stanza on stanza. Yeah.
And do you know why? Because I don't
Listen,
take any
you
of it
have to make-
seriously. I really don't. I mean,
Mhm.
what is the point? It's just, I just like winding them up, and that's all I do. So, yeah. So, but we have to.
That was so funny.
What?
I can believe
Oh,
they
that
let you
was
go on
funny.
for so long.
Well, I'm not the only songstress.
Yeah, and Jed,
on the
oh my
panel.
goodness.
No, I'm not the only one. There's somebody else
Mhm.
who's a bit of a songstress as well. So, yeah, someone on this panel. I know it's hard to believe, but there is. So I think we want to listen to this as well because I forgot to play it last week. So here we go.
No, you played it.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't because you told me on Twitter you
Well,
didn't
let's
even
play it
play
again.
it, Jan.
No,
Edna,
but you later you.
Edna, I've just got to tell you, Bridget.
No, I don't remember. Play it, Jan.
I am going to play it. Whether she likes it or not, I'm going to play
I swear to God, you played it.
No, I didn't. You said, oh, Jan didn't even play it.
That was like a couple of weeks ago, but then last week you played it. I
Well,
swear
we're playing
you
it
did.
again now. Get it. Serves you right. You're picking on me.
Because I remember David was in the chat like, ew.
What happened
that's
to
right.
Hussy and Gigi? The men with the dubious past. They saw a great chance to make money, but the court case saw them outclassed. Thrown out, just like the hustler when he's out on the town. Thrown out, kicked to the curb as they should.
Who are these people?
What happened to Victor and Maxwell?
Representation?
Two men who promised rewards. The hustler and Gigi were hopeful.
Yeah, they were.
To buy things they now could afford.
But they couldn't.
Thrown out, just like the hustler when he's out on the town. Thrown out, kicked to the curb as they should.
Oh no. What they gonna do now?
They now gone underground in a hurry. No one has seen head nor hair. They're licking their wounds, feeling sorry. While everyone laughs everywhere.
Yes, they did.
Thrown out, just like the hustler when he's out on the town. Thrown out, kicked to the curb as they should.
Serves them right.
AK walked into the courthouse. confident all would be well.
Well,
Hussey screamed out for the courtroom,
where's the freaking
while his
courtroom?
dreams of success went to hell. Thrown out,
Oh, no.
thrown out,
Oh, no.
just like the hustler when he's out on the town. Thrown out, thrown out, kicked to the curb as they should.
Shut up, you big freak.
Those were all AI images, and I just like typed in. I said 2 fat men, one with sunglasses and a colorful wig. And those are the images they gave me.
Oh, it's like that
Very
image
well
that I
done,
found.
Brid.
It's like the image that I found on Twitter, and I put in angry fat drunk. And up came this picture, which was amazing. It was brilliant. So I used that. Oh dear. So yeah, we're gonna have to get some sort of duet going on. And yeah. It reminds me, I must say, I used to have well, they're still our friends, but years goes by. But a couple of my friends I used to go
The years
out with were musicians. I'm talking, Edna. They were musicians. And we used to go like to a karaoke bar, a nice sort of swanky one. And they were like professional musicians. Now, I'm not the best singer in the world, but I can do harmonies. So we'd be sitting in a car and they'd put on like the radio and this song would play and they would just sing the harmony line. Do you know how difficult that is? Somebody's just singing the harmony line all the time and you're like, no, I want to sing like the top line. So yeah, I just thought I'd throw that. Yeah.
No music.
I've no idea what you said there, Edna, but I'm sure it was highly amusing.
I wasn't saying anything. It was just I was just thinking like you're talking about the harmony versus the upper. I have no ear for music. Like I can't tell the difference between.
That is
And
really
it just reminded me of this music appreciation class I had to take where we're listening to the tempo and the tone and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, you're ruining music for us. Like why are we dissecting and analyzing it like this? Just enjoy it.
Oh my God. You know, that's one of the first things when I was tutoring music, because I used to tutor music, one-on-one. I used to tutor the keyboard. And obviously when you're teaching somebody to play a musical instrument, you have to teach them how to read music and you have to teach them how to listen to music. Okay, Edna? Pay attention. Right. Now, what I would say is sometimes I would play a piece of music and I'd say, right, I want you to listen to this piece of music. I really want you to listen and tell me what you hear. Now, it would be something like, I don't know, I remember once playing a Madonna piece or something, and this girl said,
I'm getting triggered from middle school band, I'm telling you. Oh my God. What was his name? Mr. Arkable? No, that's who he reminded me of, this cartoon character. I don't remember what his name was. So I'm not doxing anybody, sorry. But go ahead, Jen. Sorry. You just, I hated that man.
Bridge.
What
was she saying? What did she just say?
She is having a bad flashback
of
her music class.
Oh, okay. Oh, sorry. Yeah, but I mean, you do need to learn theory. Sometimes you need to learn musical theory. So anyway, I remember saying to this girl once, and I can't remember what music it was, and I was so shocked that she couldn't hear the musical instruments. And I was like, so what can you hear? What can you hear in this piece of music? And she'd be like, oh, well, I can hear somebody singing like a virgin or something like that. Like, yes, but I want you to sort of dissect it. And you need to dissect it and you need to hear other pieces because music comes in layers. You know, and you need to be able to. That's what made Michael Jackson such a brilliant or made his songs so beautifully brilliant, because his songs were layered, so many layers in there, and each layer was amazing. Now Bridget will know what I'm talking about, I guess. You know what I'm talking about. Now, I thought, Mike, why did I think you knew about music? Oh dear, I thought you knew about it. Okay, now that's something that I'm just so relieved. Well, not relieved. I'm just so happy that I managed to pass on to two of my children. The other two, they couldn't give a toss. They like things like Bon Jovi and, you know, sort of crap like that. Whereas another one of my sons and my daughter, like one of my sons is, you know, he got a music degree, so I can talk music to him or with him for hours on end, because he understands it as well, and it's just, yeah, it sort of empowers me, it excites me. And my other daughter, she really listens to music. You have to listen to music, you know, don't just listen to the voice. And I remember saying that to this girl, listen, you can't just listen to the voice, because sometimes the voice is the weakest element of that piece of music. You have to listen to, you know, so many different layers. You have to listen to the bass line.
Stronger versus middle versus whatever. If
What?
it has like a hi-hat, then does it mean that then the hi-hat's the strongest, or is it like no, because it's a hi-hat?
No, because
See,
you're
this
not
is
just.
why I like math and numbers.
Okay.
One equals two every time, you know?
Okay, if you're really listening to a piece of music, you need to sort of listen to it over and over again, and then you can understand where the layers are. Yeah, so you've got your bass line, which is normally like the bass guitar, or normally the bass guitar, and then you then have the next level up, which is we're bringing the drums. Listen, no one's interested in that, okay? But I am so into I don't know why I'm having this conversation with you guys. It's just a waste of bloody time. Let's just put this goon back on the screen and move on, shall we?
Oh goodness.
But anyway,
I think it's interesting because I don't think it's. I mean, I don't want to say it's not necessary, but it's just I don't get I don't know how do you analyze music. My brain doesn't work in those layers.
don't you? But then you see, I was a songwriter as well, so I'll tell you a story. Right, I wrote this song years ago.
Picture it, Sicily. Picture it, London, 1982.
Yeah. Jim, we're gonna be the birds if you like it or not.
You know what? You sound like my kids. They take the piss out of me all the time. I'm in a restaurant and they're all laughing at me. You know what I mean? It's yeah. Thanks for that, girlies.
It's Edna's fault.
I've forgotten what I was saying now.
Oh, no.
What was that last bit before you started laughing at me? No, gone.
Yeah.
So Barley says, since I do not have children, I'm amazed with people who take the time and patience to raise nice children. It must be so hard, I think, unless you are Oh, we won't talk about her. It's not hard. It's not hard if you start early enough. And you just have to teach them like from a very early age, and you teach them certain things that hopefully will stay with them forever. And I just remembered some of the things that I grew up being taught myself, because I was brought up in a very regimented home environment with very strong rules, and and to be very well mannered, and to speak properly, and to eat properly, and to be able to socialize properly. I pass that on to my kids. So they now can go anywhere. They can eat at the best restaurants. They can go to the best places, stay in the best hotels, and they know how to behave themselves.
Mhm.
They know how to, behave in public. Unlike some people online. Um, so I think, getting back to what Barley says, I think it is important that you start very early on. And that's why when you see some children, like, this person in particular that's in Girl World that recently showed how she's brought up her 11-year-old daughter, it's just
Mhm.
horrifying to me. Horrifying.
Is it the Lisa one?
Mm-mm. That was
Mm.
Sarah.
Okay.
Yeah, awful, awful. And I actually
Oh,
feel sorry for the child. I really feel sorry for that child. Um,
well,
okay, let's
yeah.
go into
So,
You,
chat.
Valley.
it's interesting though.
Oh yeah,
Allie.
I was going to talk about writing songs when you all laughed at me. Right. So when I wrote songs, I wrote them. Okay. I used to always, I don't know. Some songs just come to you. Okay. Some songs just come to
Hmm.
you in a harmony in your head.
Mhm.
Okay. Um, right. Okay. And then, if you're lucky enough to be near a musical instrument, then you can play that and then you can tweak it. And then you have to remember when you write a song, it's a bit like writing a book. You've got a beginning, a middle, and an end. If you don't have that, then you just end up with a whole load of garbage, which is a bit like, heavy metal, really. To write a decent song,
Right.
you need a beginning, a middle, and end. Now, you also need, like, the middle in a song is called a middle eight, which is like 2 bars where it can be slightly different to the rest of the song. It's not a chorus. A chorus is different. So you've got like a verse, you've got a chorus, and then you've got a middle eight. Now, these silly little songs that I've been singing on here, none of them have got anything to do with decent songwriting. They're just lyrics and
Two little chorus.
and a familiar tune. But to write a song on your, that comes from within you is kind of special, especially when it knits well together. Now, the only time that, there was a time when actually I had two times where I collabed with two other people. Okay. And it was a struggle because what I would hear in my head is not necessarily what they would hear in their head. Do you see what I mean? So one of them, she would give me the lyrics and I would put the music to it. And that was easier. But then the other one, he was like more of a not heavy, rock, that's the word. He was a rock musician. So we would sort of, did I write the music? I think I wrote the music and he would put the lyrics over it because a lot of people said that my songs sounded as if they had like a French influence to them, probably because they're very sort of airy fairy, and because I'm a bit airy fairy. So he said it would be quite nice if I take your music and add his instruments to it. He was good on the, what's it called, electric guitar, and he was on a band and everything. So he would then put his words to it, and it was so weird. It was so weird hearing his his version of how that sound or that song was meant to go, because it was always so different to how mine, what my
Really? Was it
thought.
like you were
Yeah.
thinking it would be a love song and he was making it as breakup song, something like that, or what was so different?
I don't know. A lot of my songs were, they were sort of romantic songs. I've got the lyrics somewhere. I'll always remember, right? When I was married, one day I was writing a lot of songs, and I remember saying to my then husband, you know, there's not anything that I can't put in a word. And he came up with what was it? Misunderstandings or something. Yeah, misunderstandings or something like that. And yeah, I wrote a song with those in the lyrics. It wasn't that, I've forgotten it. I'm old. But yeah, so I mean, it's just something that I'm really passionate about, and that's you know, what makes me who I am, really. And that's why all this crap that's online, it's just a pastime to me.
Hmm.
It really is a pastime to me. I can't get passionate about that. And I can't get angry or
Well,
hateful
it's
about what
weird.
happens
You kind of
online.
do get passionate, but it's not in the way that people think. Sorry,
Sorry, I
Jen.
missed that last bit. I can get passionate, but what?
I, I was like, I get it, because it's like you don't get passionate and like the in real life kind of it doesn't affect you in that regard, but you do kind of get a certain extent of passion as you're like online and somebody says something, you kind of get heated going back and forth, or you see people talking, and you do kind of get riled up a little bit. No.
Uh, Not really. Not
No.
really. I
I,
mean, there's certain things that I take offense to, um, but I can just brush them off. I mean, they don't bother me.
I
But
can't
my
remember
real
the
passions,
last time.
you know, it's like, you know, someone screaming into the camera, F your daughter, is only going to get away with that for a certain amount of time
Hmm.
before I'm then going to start coming for his family.
Hmm.
Because, you know, you can only take, you know, so much. That, for me, that's going below the belt. So, yeah, I
Oh,
will
absolutely.
respond
But you
in
know what,
that way.
Jen? Somebody who tried to, interact with me in that kind of way, I just ignore him.
Yeah.
Say, hey, how you doing? I
Yeah,
see you doing
yeah,
well. They're just screaming. I'm like, okay, well, yeah, well, you got sense. Then hit
yeah.
me up
And
again.
I'm like that. I am like that with him. And that's why the thought of even doing you know, a panel with him is just hilarious to me. It just would never work. We've got absolutely nothing in common. I can't imagine
You
his
need
his
a mediator, bridge.
Huh?
Maybe
his
you can be the middle
How am
person.
I going to be a middle person when he hates me? He's talking all kinds of crap about me. The thing about it
Because you're
is,
like a third party.
but the
No,
thing,
she's
I
not
don't
though.
know.
She's not anymore because he's
hmm,
put Bridge in my camp, which
yeah,
is ridiculous.
he said that I go. He, I guess, recently said that I go along with everything that Jan says. With, I'm just like,
Listen, even my family doesn't go along with everything I say. They laugh at me. Shut up, mother, I say.
but my whole point is, I would think like if you wanted to panel up with somebody and have a conversation, I think it would be to like squash the beef, come to a mutual understanding. I don't
Yes.
think that's his intention.
No. No.
Right. Okay.
It's like the very first time I spoke to Bridget was in that kind of situation, wasn't it, Bridget? I don't know whose channel it was on. Whose
Your
channel was it
bestie
on?
for Fedora.
Oh God, was it?
Yep.
What the hell was I doing on there?
Trying to
Oh, you
troll.
know
You would
what?
I was
I just
trolling with it.
realized that I've been getting Fedora and Hillbilly mixed up. Those are two different people, right?
Oh, they're
Yeah,
very similar.
they're friends. They're friends though.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. So does Fedora stream?
Hmm.
yeah, yeah, kind of. Ah, the thing is, what these people don't yes, I can get serious about things. One of the things I really do get serious about is being called a liar. That's just one of my things. Don't ever call me a liar. Um, and you know, and also if you
Well,
come from
Jen,
a
I think
family,
well, people think you're getting serious when you tag the authorities with hussy. I think that's what they're talking about.
oh right, okay. Oh God, I've gone over it so many times. The reason I tagged the police at that time was because he was in the wrong there, and I've gone over it 1,000 times. He likes to say, right, and his new little friend, Mr. the slow one, likes to say that, oh, he was just sat in a park, and he wasn't doing, and he's just sat in a regular park. No, you weren't. You were outside a swimming pool, filming a swimming pool.
Yeah.
And I think, had he have put his hands up and said, do you know what? I was wrong. I admit it. I shouldn't have been there. I don't know what I was thinking. I won't ever do it again. Then the matter
But
would
you
have
know
been.
what? I think it's kind of like when I was a kid. It was a whole different world than how it is now. I feel where I'm sure like all the nefarious characters were still around doing what they were doing, but it wasn't as accessible as it is now. To where if you were just taking a video at the park or whatever, who's gonna see that? You and your 20 friends who did not want to see your vacation videos when you came back anyway. Now millions of people, the world can see whatever you put out there. So I think that's the difference where, Jen, you're looking at like, this is a serious thing. And Hussie may just be looking at it like it's vacation video. Like nobody cares about what I'm doing. It's just me and my supporters. Or, you know what I mean? Like, and I think, I don't think it's on the same
I think
level.
a lot of it is down to perception. Of course it is. And everyone does look at things differently. But I think, one of the reasons, one of the other reasons that I brought it to other people's attentions was because when he was doing those walks at that time, that wasn't the only time that he was in a place that he really shouldn't have been as a 50-year-old man. And it has nothing to do with his sexuality. It's the fact that he was a lone 50-year-old man filming at a public pool, okay? But what I do remember is how he used to, excuse me, stream and be walking around and just making really disgusting, crude comments about men in particular. I didn't like that. That's not why I reported him. I just found it awful. I just found it disgusting, and I think it was a culmination of seeing him doing that several times, and also when he used to sit watching the young guys playing basketball, was it? And just making these really crude, suggestive things about these men. And I was like, I've got two sons, and I was thinking to myself, can you imagine if there was some 50-year-old man filming these boys playing, and I call them boys because I'm an old bird, okay? They were like 20s maybe. Can you imagine if those, let me finish, Edna. Can you imagine if those people, or if even one of those men that were playing saw that video, or the parents of that person playing saw the video of this 50-year-old man making disgusting, crude sexual remarks towards their sons, how they would feel? How would you feel? I would be absolutely disgusted, and he shouldn't be doing it.
Yeah, basically objectifying people.
Yes, that's the word. I just hated it. And that's not. I don't think I mentioned that. No, I did mention it actually when I put in a complaint, because he shouldn't be doing that. Listen, switch it around. If that was a woman, right? If that was a woman, right, sat there, 50-year-old woman, okay, woman my age, sat there filming young boys and making suggestive comments to people, on camera, what would people have to say about me? I just think it just makes my blood boil. It makes me feel sick. Just, you go and film yourself shopping or whatever, but don't sit or put yourself in situations, especially when your mind is always in the gutter. His mind is disgusting. I don't think I've ever come across anybody who is so sexually driven as that man. Probably because he doesn't get any. You know, I just find it appalling. I think it's sick. And how people can sit there and say, oh, well, I think it's funny. No, he's not funny. He's a creep.
No, well, I was just going to add to your point that I do think that is a good point, that people do come across this stuff and it reflects poorly, and people are judged, and they, and they're held accountable to something that's not their fault.
Yeah. Hi, two cardinals. Nobody should have to worry about doing a normal activity outside while some creep sits there filming and making gross comments. Thank you. That's exactly what I was trying to say in my long-winded way. That's exactly it. And I was appalled at that. And I was also disgusted. And maybe it's because I'm a mama bear, and just the thought of my boys, playing there, and some creep like him sat there making say, oh, get it, baby. I'm like, no, awful, no. And I would report him again. I would report him every day if he did that. Every single day. He doesn't scare me. He doesn't intimidate me. People like him shouldn't be on the streets. I just think it's disgusting. Bye, Bea. Thanks for coming, sweetheart.
Bye, Bea.
Yeah, girl power. Yeah, I believe in girl power, but I also believe in power for any human, really. I'm quite a humanitarian, and I don't care what colour skin you have. I don't care what religion you are. I don't care what sexuality you are. I don't care what, faith you are. We're all human beings, and there shouldn't be people out there who are taking advantage of the fact that people may want to go and play a game of basketball without some old creep sat there making, salivating over their son playing. I just, nah.
So Christina is here, says that Hussey makes fun of her because her husband wears a kilt.
Okay.
How can he make fun of anybody?
He's
sitting there wearing a whole wig and lipstick.
Yeah.
I know, it's insane. It's insane. I tell you what, kilts can be quite sexy on some men, I've never dated a Scot. So I don't know what they wear underneath it, but I understand it's not very much. And they can be, I don't mind a Scottish man in a kilt. But he wouldn't understand that, Christina, and I would just do what I do.
He wears a whole wig and lipstick every day. So
he looks like that.
How is he making
like that?
How is he making fun of somebody wearing a kilt? I don't understand.
I know. It's insanity. And I will say, oh no, I'll move on to that afterwards. Hi, Alex. Nice to see you. It's not funny. If he were just walking around being normal, okay. Yes, exactly. I have no objections to that at all. I vlogged in the past. When I vlog, you don't hear me making sexual innuendos about anybody. I don't say, oh, God, look at him. But, he's got a big packet or anything like that. Can you imagine? Can you imagine if I did? But for some reason, he's allowed to get away with it. Why? Why is he allowed to get away with it? It's time he was stopped. It is. I'm done with it. And, if he wants to keep bringing up my daughter, I'll bring up his family. See how he likes it. But he's doing it to men and saying nasty things about women. I haven't even got onto the misogynistic behaviour. If I was at the pool with my kid and saw someone filming, I would call the police. Exactly, Alex. And that's why I reported him. But oh my God, I'm awful. Oh no, I put him at risk. How about he put his own self at risk for doing it? Stupid fat fool. Right.
Because like he in that clip that I saw, he was talking about, Bridget, why don't you go outside to vlog if the calling the cops is okay? Well, why don't you stop going outside and vlogging if you're so worried about it and your life is in so much danger?
Yeah.
I know. Exactly. Imagine if Hussey was a man. Imagine if Hussey was a man and it was women he was making those. Exactly. That's just what I said. That's just what I said. You know, if he was like a straight man of his age, you know, in his 50s, and he was filming young girls playing basketball or something and making the kind of remarks that Hussey has been heard to say, can you imagine? No, people wouldn't be laughing then. Hey, MM, thank you so much. You're very generous. Thank you. Any Peter gossip tonight? Not tonight. I'll try and get one up for the weekend, though, for you. Okay? We don't generally talk Peter. Maybe I should. Maybe I should have a Peter section. My husband, sorry. Yeah, I know. He wouldn't even acknowledge it. No, I'm telling you, none of my family do. And this creep has the audacity to say that, you know, I should bring my daughter to meet him. Oh my God.
This dude just wants trouble. He's asking for trouble and then wonders why people go after him when he basically is asking for it.
Yeah.
He wants the drama. I don't understand it. If you don't like somebody, you don't get along with them, then why have anything to do with them? Like you don't like you, Jan, you don't like Hussey. He doesn't like you. Why is he coming on your panel, trying to get on your panel like he did last week? Why does he want you to go on his panel? It just makes no sense. He wants the trouble.
Yeah, because it gets him the views. That's why, because people like to hear him screaming and calling, you know, me all sorts of names and calling my family all sorts of names. Yeah, they think it's all funny. Yeah. Wait until he starts saying it to your your loved ones. See how funny you find it.
And then when you say something back to him after he's called you all kinds of bees and hoes and everything else, everything under the sun, then you say something back to him and then he wants to take you to court. Absolutely ridiculous.
I tell you something, if I ever was in New York City and he was on fire in the street, I wouldn't even spit on him. I would just let him burn. I would let him burn on the curb. He's just a disgusting piece of vermin.
People lighting on fire protesting.
I don't know what you said there, Britt.
I said maybe you shouldn't say things like that. You know, talk about people lighting themselves on fire because people are actually doing that protest.
Oh,
Edna, have you heard the things that he said about not only myself but about my family? I need to ask you.
I've heard some things. I don't sit there and listen to everything. But I just think it comes to a point where it's just, I mean, you just have to decide that, you know, you are where you are with them and drop it. Like, let it go.
The thing about it is he won't let it go. Like I've said numerous times, like I don't want to be involved. I don't want to be involved with the whole thing with Jan and him. I don't want to be involved. But yet and still, almost every live stream, I see clips. I just saw a clip today where he's bringing me up. Like, dude, I don't want anything to do with you. Telling me I need to do certain things. Dude, just like shut up and get out of my face. Like, come on.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think you can ignore people to a certain extent, but I think there comes a point where you think, especially if you're quite fiery yourself, and also if you've had to sort of look out for yourself, as I've had to do, I think there comes a point where you think, enough. Okay, I've let you get away with it. I've let you get away with screaming at me. I've let you get away with calling me all the names under the sun, saying disgusting things that I find it really hard to even repeat because I'm not that type of garbage.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, accusing me of like bestiality and
Mm.
all sorts of things. Oh, my kids don't know who their parents are, or my kids don't know who their father is. So you would just let that go, Edna, would you? If somebody is doing that to you, no matter what you say, okay, someone is doing that to you, you would let that go? Sorry, Edna?
I would snuff them out like a fire. I wouldn't give them any oxygen. I would snuff them out. I wouldn't give them any oxygen. I wouldn't mention his name. I wouldn't talk about him.
Well, you're a bigger person
Because
than I
eventually he's
am.
gonna look crazy.
I've got to the point where I'm like, okay, I've let you try to degrade not only myself but my family. Now it's my turn. Okay? Now it's my
I
turn.
understand
I've
you
let
want to
him
stand up
lie
for
about
yourself,
me.
you know, to respond.
I've allowed him to lie about me. And, you know, like I said on Twitter today, you know, you can only allow people will intimidate you if you allow them to. And I feel that's the same with bullying. But what's the best way to stop a bully? The best way to stop a bully isn't just to turn away and walk off. The best way to deal with a bully is to hit them so hard that they know not to come back for more.
Jen, you
That is
about
the
that, like,
well, I missed what you said.
listen. No, I'm just joking. I said, Jen, you about that life because I know I'm just hearing different stories where there was a woman. I imagine she's about my age. She has a child in school who's getting bullied, and the school's no help. The authorities have been no help, and the family is starting to like now. Her parents are starting to bully her as the parent. You know, so it's going from the kids to the parents, and it's like, you know, other people who have had run-ins with this family have just said, I would just homeschool my child, you know, and it's just kind of like, what do you do with a bully? It's interesting.
It comes to, I think it comes to the decision, like, do you kind of let them make you go out of your way to avoid them? Like you're doing something out of character that you wouldn't normally do. Like you're avoiding certain topics in conversation just because they might say something or retaliate against you, or do you fight back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's the main issue. It's when do you fight back? I haven't fought back for quite some time. And, you know, I've seen some of the things he said and I've not retaliated. I thought, okay, you know, it's a stupid loudmouth. I'm not interested in what he's got to say. So I have done that to a certain degree, Edna. But there comes a point when if you poke the bear too often, and you know, it's not just the insults, okay? It's not just the insults about me and my family, it's the lies and the fabrications. I mean, apparently he's now trying to tie me in with him being swatted, and he's trying to say that I tried to take down his channel and I've done this and I've done that. Now, no, you can't just walk away from somebody like this, okay? Because, as somebody said, he's relentless. The only way you can deal with him is to give him back what he dishes out, but give it back to him in such a way he's going to leave you alone.
But what is that? Because he doesn't stop. He doesn't stop.
Yeah, I mean,
I absolutely think that he's touched in the head. He's a little bit crazy. Like I tell my
yeah,
dad some of the things that he said and some of the things he's done, and he was like, "That motherfucker's crazy."
yeah. But I know, I think I'm right in saying, hasn't your dad said to just not bother interacting with them?
Yeah, well, yeah. He would be like, I wouldn't be bothered with them idiots, like
Yeah,
because they are. They're like I honestly feel that
But that's
they
kind of the
are.
fun of it, right? It's not that serious.
Yeah, like these motherfuckers. Honestly, I feel like they are beneath me. I feel like Hussy is
yeah,
beneath me. I feel like your mama is beneath me. Like these people can't even spell or talk. Just whatever.
yeah.
You are beneath me. Goodbye.
I agree.
I wouldn't
And
say
it's
it like
like,
that.
I will. I'm saying it like that. That you are beneath me.
yeah. And I feel exactly the same way. It's just I didn't really want to say it because I still had a little bit. I was still holding back a little bit. But I'm saying to him, you poked the bear one too many times, and you don't want to do that. Trust me, because one of my favorite sayings is "Revenge is a dish best served cold,"
Mhm.
and revenge is going to slap him so hard
Oh,
across his face, his wig's going to fly off and land in the next state. I'm
Mhm.
telling you, because
Jen, I
I've
think I
never been
just got
bullied.
it.
There's a reason I've never been bullied. Edna, can I ask, were you bullied at school as a child?
Um, Not really. Like, there were bullies and I interacted with them, but I didn't really have like, this idea of, having a bully and, for the whole year getting tormented or something. No.
Mhm.
Okay. What about you,
I
Bridge?
wouldn't
I can't
no.
imagine you were.
Uh,
I can't imagine you were, girly.
I remember two incidents in school, and it was high school, and it was some people, it was some girls that I used to be friends with, but
They're
then
the worst.
yeah, they started acting real funny, so I stopped hanging around them and got a new set of friends. And one of the girls that was in the old friend group said that people wanted to beat me up. And I went home and I told my mom, I was like, yeah, Christy said that her and somebody else wanted to beat me up or whatever. My mama put on her shoes and walked up to the girl's house, knocked on the door, and was like, look, is your mother home? Mom was not home. And she said, look, I heard what was said. And she was like, I want to talk to you and the other girl. And she was like, because I'm going to tell you right now, if Bridget gets into a fight and gets suspended from school, she was like, that's not happening because you're going to have a problem with me. And she just went off on the one girl that was home. And
Good.
those girls never bothered me again.
Good.
Okay.
There was another incident where some girl, she told one of my friends that she wanted to fight me, she wanted to beat me up, and she started talking all types of crap about me, like, doesn't Bridget get on your nerves and blah blah blah, this that and the other. And my friend, she was a big girl and she told the girl, she was like, look, she was like, me and Bridget are cool. She was like, that's my friend. She was like, so if you
Mhm.
have a problem with Bridget, she was like, if you have a problem with she was like, if you have a problem with Bridget, you have a problem with me.
Mhm.
And that girl walked away and never said anything again.
Although, like, I'm not tall and big, but I see that's the kind of thing where people would like try me like that. But
Uh-huh.
see, I wouldn't go to like an authority figure. I would just handle it myself. So
Mhm.
sometimes you win, sometimes you lose.
But like I'm the type of person, like if you feel in some type of way and I can feel something is wrong. Like we used to be cool, but then all of a sudden something's off. I'm just gonna leave you alone. I'm not gonna try to interact with you. I'm not trying to bother you. I'm not trying to
Yeah.
hang out or anything. I'm just gonna leave you alone.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I can honestly
And
say,
I didn't really like that many people anyway.
Hmm?
As I didn't really like that many people anyway. So it's like, the energy was off. I was like, cool.
yeah, but I'm just wondering where you get your idea from that the best thing to deal with somebody that is, basically slandering you
Mhm.
is to just, let them be. Just leave them, just pay no
I, I,
mind.
I think it comes from the thing of like, if you don't give them energy, eventually they'll tire out and stop talking about you because they're not getting a reaction out of you.
Yeah, I get
I
that.
don't know. I wouldn't even say that. It's just that it's the internet, right? So we have the power to create our own quote unquote hug boxes and algorithms and what have you. So I like when I get in a certain mood and I don't want to hear about X, Y, and Z, block, delete, not interested
Mhm.
across the board. The next week when I'm interested again, I change it up, and that's the fun of these different platforms. So I'm like, why not use it to your advantage? That's all.
I think, like music, there's different levels, and I think, I think, to a certain degree, I go along with that, and I just laugh. Like when he tries to mock the fact that I'm an artist, and what has she done? And da, 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 da.
But
I just laugh at that.
and that's why I say that he's beneath us
Yes,
because what has he done? What has he
yes.
done? What are his accomplishments? What does he talk about like 20 years ago when he did real estate? What has he accomplished?
Hmm.
And to
Nothing.
be very clear, like I don't have any of my personal or professional or any stuff here to be
Mhm.
critiqued. So I do understand that there's a different level of engagement. That's why I said like the passion that you have with it is different because you do have your art and your family, to varying
Mhm.
degrees exposed.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so on that level, that doesn't bother me because I know how successful I've been with my art. Um, I know what I've sold. I know, there are people that will actually commission me to do pieces. So to hear someone like this, calling into question, my art, it means nothing to me. That just makes me laugh. Um,
Jan.
but then when you come to when you go to a different level, say the next level, and they're actually trying to attack your person, I think that's when it's dangerous for them. Because, especially, like with me being a professional, I do have my business online, and it could be impacted by, the fact that people look for Jan's views and they find this person calling me all the
To do
names
it
under the
bad.
sun, and not only that, disrespecting and insulting my professional children,
Mhm.
because each and every one of my children are professionals, whether he likes it or not. They're professionals. So that's why I say I hope he does take me to court, because he wouldn't have a leg to stand on in court.
Listen,
And
we
I'm quite happy to have a laugh. I know, Edna, you just see everything online as being funny, but there's some things that you have to take seriously. And
no, I do
I'm
not think
kind of
everything
done
online
with
is
that.
funny.
And it's like with the slow mama. I could like mock him for forever and ever,
Mhm.
but it's like, as Bridge will attain to, I'm sure, one of the things that has turned both of us, I think, against him is his deceit and his
Mhm.
open lies
Mhm.
and his
With the
manipulation. That is unacceptable. And again, Edna, I don't think you look at it in that at that level. I really
no,
don't. You don't. But that's because they haven't come for you. Do you know what I mean? Not in the
so
same
when you say
way.
deceit and your mama, what's the deceit with your mama?
I mean, I think that one of the recent things that he did was when he was arguing with French Fry Girl and basically took her tweet and that said, like, she said something like, "Well, what if I dressed up as one of your dead your friend that got killed because he dressed up
Yeah.
as her her deceased dog.
Yeah.
And he twisted it into, look, she said that she was going to dress up as my dead friend. So what kind of, she was like, she's disrespectful. She's this, she's that, she's vile. When she did not say that she was going to dress up as his dead friend. She said, what if I did this to you? The same thing that
hypothetical.
Yeah, the same thing.
Is hypothetical.
Yes, the same thing. The same thing that you did to me. What if I did it to you? And he totally twisted it.
Yeah, and he's done that with a lot of things that we've said.
Yes,
you know,
because like everybody was like, "Oh, he's twisting it." I'm like, he always does this stuff. He always twists people's words. Always.
I have to say, Bridget spotted it before I did. But I think she knew I was going to see it sooner or later, but I didn't see it. I didn't see it initially.
Jan, seriously. Did you know it's the 30th anniversary of The Lion King? For the 30th anniversary, they had Northwest, the daughter of Kim Kardashian.
You talked about that last week, Edna.
And Kanye West play Simba. Did I? It's still on my mind. All right, I'm sorry.
Sometimes I'm just speechless. Sometimes it's just not even worth saying anything. Just let her say what she's going to say and then move on. I mean, yeah.
Sorry, my bad.
I mean, I've said it on more than one occasion.
Yes.
I think it would be quite nice to live in Edna's world for a short period of time. I think it must be akin to walking around with rose-colored glasses, maybe.
No, I think of Edna's mind like just things are floating around. There's the ideas and thoughts floating around, and she just grabs one and then talks about it.
And that's one of the reasons I don't care where Edna goes, because Edna will never see things the way we see them. So if she finds herself in Hussey's chat and she wants to have a giggle with him and you go ahead, Edna. You know, yeah, it really doesn't mean anything.
But speaking of The Lion King, I think the guy that actually sang the song in the movie, that played Simba in the movie with the songs, he's the one that introduced her on stage. And she butchered his song like that.
Oh no.
Yeah.
It's like I wouldn't even be mad if he just walked up to her and kind of slapped her. It just feels so bad. Disrespectful. You know, I mean, not hurt the girl, but just to be like,
awful.
It was really bad.
That's awful. And I mean, I tell you what, us creatives are very sort of precious of what we create. I'll tell you a story about, you know, one of my songs that I wrote was played by a band. I was going to say an 8-piece band. I think it was bigger than that. And it was when my girls were in a dance troupe, and it was a charity do, and this band were going to be playing one of my tunes, like one of my favorite tunes, and my daughter's group were actually the ones that had chosen to dance to it. So I was so excited, and I was sat there, and it was in a big theatre in London, and I was sat there waiting to hear my song, and they played it. The musical arrangement was so different. I hated it. I was like, oh my God, they brought in the brass section. No, it doesn't have a brass section in it. And for me, it felt like they completely ruined the song. So I didn't even try and sort of go up to them afterwards and say, hey, you know, that was my song that you played and blah, blah, blah. Because I had so many mixed emotions at that time. So, sorry?
What did people think? Because I mean, you know, I'm not.
Well, they didn't know any different. They didn't know any different. It was just a dance track.
Yeah.
It was a dance track, and you know, the kids were sort of dancing to it. It was actually called Optical Illusion, but it was yeah, I mean, I just felt that they destroyed it. As soon as they started playing the brass, I was like, oh no, 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 no. So I
Oh,
can
maybe it
understand
was
getting
too
back to the
difficult
Lion
for the
King.
kid.
Getting back to the Lion King, I can fully understand how he must have felt to see someone butcher his song. That must have been awful. Let's just look at chat because some people are saying some good things here. Okay. Well, maybe we'll talk about the court case and everything on Friday because it's getting late now.
Unfortunately,
But yeah, I mean, I don't often take sides, especially online because, well, I just don't. But I have to say, I think his treatment of certain people online is just awful, and it needs to stop. Yeah. Um. Yeah. What was this? Yeah, and this courtesy call. No. Ugh. No. I just. I just can't. Um. I saw your comments. He pleads to the court. That's just a joke. The court thing is a joke. And what's incredulous to me is that it's been allowed to get so far. I just cannot believe that it's got so far.
So the case with AK was closed. So he reopened it.
Yeah, he got his lawyer to write a very strong worded note to the
Mhm.
judge trying to reopen it. I don't think it's been reopened yet. It's down to the judge, and I would think that if it's the same judge, he's going to tell her to, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Who's lost
Oh,
there?
imagine if the
Who's lost
judge
this
looks
show?
this up and hears him calling her. What did he call her? That said that she was in a bad mood or something.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, the judge was in a bad mood.
Oh my
Um,
goodness.
oh yeah,
Didn't he say it was up to the judge or something, and it could be? I don't remember exactly what it was, but I was just thinking the internet's forever, right? And if she,
mhm.
and they decide to look into this case, and they
I'm
find out,
I'm
oh, really, huh?
I'm sure somebody has a clip somewhere.
That's
Do you know
funny.
what's frustrating though, Bridge? A lot of the things that he's done have like disappeared because
Yes.
he's lost so many channels.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm sure if there was a court case, I'm sure that they must be somewhere on YouTube. I mean, if
Mm-hmm.
you could, I don't know. I'm
They
not
should
very
be able to see the
technologically
video.
minded. So, but they say once it's online, it's online forever. So surely, I mean, a judge looking at what he of his behavior alone is just he's just going to be laughed out of court. This is what I find
Who had to pay
disgusting.
$5,000?
AK,
What, for lawyer fees or?
yeah,
Wow.
I know.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And yeah, I hope you do. I really hope you do, Alex. Yeah, it's. I just think it's not funny, and I know some people, Edna, see online as being just entertainment,
I'm
but
sorry.
when you've got someone like this, it's not entertainment. Uh, oh yeah, it hasn't been accepted. He said the judge's mood doesn't affect his decision. Alex, I want to ask you something. Were you the one that was really friendly with Callie?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, is that the
Mm-hmm.
same Alex?
Yeah.
I
Mm-hmm.
mean, that's all I know about you. I don't need to know anything more about you. I don't care. I see what you're trying to do for AK. That's enough for me. I've said how I feel about the hustler. I will do everything it takes to get this man removed from YouTube for sure. Now, what I will say is, if you were friends with Kelly, um, I know she had her haters. Listen, I'm not a hater. I never have been. I never will be. Oh, you used to be best friends. Okay. I'm not a hater. I just no. I've got too much creative energy to be a hater. I can't allow hate to sort of affect my psyche. Um, I felt for her. I
Yes,
did. When
and
she
she
had
is
a
pregnant.
breakdown, I felt for her. Did I think she was right after she, the way she reacted when she, it went wrong with Shane? I don't think she should have put it online, but that's just my opinion. And that's all I've got to say. That's
Mhm.
all I've got to say. I actually spoke to Shane. I had Shane on Sweet Talk once, and yeah, he was, a nice enough guy and everything. But you never know what goes on. You never know what goes on,
Right.
and I just feel that she shouldn't have. She shouldn't have put it all out online because her haters just fed it back to her in falls, and it was just horrible to see. So she's pregnant. I love that for her. Due in July. Oh, that's fabulous. That's
Did
brilliant.
you hear about that one actress that she just found out that she was pregnant at 54 years old?
I saw something. I
No.
glanced it on
Yes.
Twitter. 54 is she?
Yes. Edna, it's that girl from what's that show called? That old show from Boy Meets World? The black girl in Boy Meets World.
Oh, good for
Mhm.
her.
Mhm.
Angela. Or she played
Mhm.
or she played
Mhm.
Angela. Yeah.
Is it her first child?
I don't think so, and I think it was just kind of a surprise. I think if this is like a second marriage for her or something like that. So it was a
Wow.
surprise.
What did my grandma call those? The change of life babies.
Uh-huh.
That's
Jan, does that resonate with
amazing.
you?
Shane is who he is. She placed a lot of weight on him that I don't think he was ready for. Yeah, yeah, I think, there was a lot more. I just don't think it should have been public. I don't think, and I could see people just being so vile, and saying really horrible things about her. And then on the other side, you got people saying horrible things about him. And I was like, just take it offline, just take it offline. But yeah, I'm glad she's happy now. At the end of the day, that's what we should all strive for, and don't allow other people to dull your shine.
Mhm.
Um, Especially, people like this, you know, losers, losers in life,
Oh God.
But what actress breaking Janet Jackson's record? Yeah,
Yeah.
Janet Jackson was 50, wasn't she?
Yep.
51.
Mhm.
It's incredible.
Mhm.
Did she split from her husband though?
Oh yes.
She's a single mum now.
I'm trying to find him. I'm trying to
Well,
find
people
him.
said she fulfilled the contract.
Yeah, she did. That's why I'm trying to find him. let me get my prenup ready because she got like a $1 billion or $500 million for being married for like the deal was like 5 years. You had to make it 5 years. She was like 5 years in one day, and then she was like, "I'm done."
And she got a baby out of it.
Yes, yes.
Oh God, the way the world works, eh? Jesus. It's insane, isn't it? Right,
Mhm.
okay. We're 1 hour 44. I think we're gonna sort of tie it up now. Oh, I don't want to be the biggest. I'm not the biggest. Um, it's been a good chat, actually. I know we've sort of touched on drama as well, but I think as long as we, at least at the beginning, if we sort of chat about other things as well, um, it, um, what should we talk about on Friday, ladies?
What's going on?
Oh,
I don't even know.
difficult. It's difficult. Oh, somebody lost his channel, didn't
Oh
he?
yeah.
Uh-huh.
Are you talking about Nader?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because his Maybe Daddy channel, I came across it The latest video had like 758 views. Last
I-
time I saw a video on Nather on this main channel, it was like 20 views.
Wow. Wow.
That was
Wow.
crazy to me. And they're probably gonna get it monetized
I just don't understand that, you
in
know,
like Dee Dee's name or
because
something. I'm
I
glad
just
that the
don't
mother is out of
understand.
there.
Oh yeah.
Is she gone?
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah,
it's
I heard
like,
that the brother got her out.
oh, there's a brother, is there?
Yes.
Oh, I bet he loves Nader as well.
Of
Oh,
course,
I
right?
bet he loves him. Oh God. I mean, the foodie story is quite interesting.
Or you can
Maybe
show
we
your
can talk
you can
about that.
you can show your trolling that you did the other day.
Oh, for
Oh
sure.
my God.
Jan, break
That
that
was
down for us.
hilarious. And the funny thing is, there's Capone, there's Capone on there, Capone and Capone. Capone, you better hope I never write a song about you, because I tell you, Commode is going in it. Oh dear. I just thought of that word. You tried interceptory perception or something. That was the word that my husband came up with. Uh, to read my mind. Anyway, I'm just waffling. Yeah, I mean, I will say I try not to watch anything her related, but Garlic Bread did a really good video on her the other day. Was it yesterday? You guys might want to have a look at. I just thought it was brilliant. I love the way he sort of breaks it down and explains certain things, and yeah, I just like the way he reacts to her.
Yeah,
So
because his videos are not too long, and
yeah,
then they're like concise and get to the point, and then you're done. Like you know what's going on, and you're done.
that's right.
Hmm.
And his last one was so good. I thought, wow, I mean, and you've got the Joker over there trying to take the piss out of him, and it's like, oh, you just haven't got a clue, man. But yeah, and I hadn't watched him for a while, Bridge, because he uploads a lot, doesn't he?
Who, Garlic?
Garlic, yeah.
I just occasionally catch him. Like he'll show up in my recommended. I don't watch him regularly.
Yeah, well, you should check out his last one. I've forgotten what it's called, but it was a good one. Where he I can't remember exactly what he said, but anyway, we'll save that for Friday. So, all right, girlies. Well, thanks for the comments. You're going to talk over me again, isn't you? Can you give her a poke, please?
Listen, we need a soundboard. I was coming in as a soundboard. Drama Friday.
Oh my God, Edna. All right, girlies. Well, thanks for coming. Lovely chatting to you, and I will see you on
Thanks, everybody.
Friday. Juicy Friday. Thanks to everybody in chat. You were great, chatting away, just as I like it.
All five of you.
What was that, Edna?
I said all five of you.
Yeah, all five of you. Yeah, just the five of you. The thing is, right, I mean, and I think Bridge will probably understand this. I don't mind you interrupting. I really don't. But what's just a teeny weeny little bit annoying is when I say, what, Edna? And then we've got a long pause.
Edna needs a new microphone. Start a fund, GoFundMe for Edna's new microphone.
All right, we'll do that. We'll do that. Anyway, thanks, guys. Thanks for the chat. You're great. And hopefully see you on Friday for Drama Friday. It's Drama Friday. So you take care of yourselves out there, because it's a rotten old world. So what was I going to say? In the meantime, I'll see you later. Ta-da!